Welcome to a Group B matchup here. This one was actually a little backlogged. I'd done it previously, but the recording didn't take, so we're going to be doing it again, and I will have with me this time SomePoorChoices as a co-caster.
Hello, and welcome to Some Poor Play-by-Play.
And we're going to be seeing Renketsu versus SC Warmachine today in Group B. Both of these players looking to pick up a win in Group B. We did see Warmachine, even though it happened after this match, he picked up a win against Kamikaze Mario, and Renketsu still looking to hit his first win in the group. We're going to get this started. See if I can get it working correctly. This program's a little bit wonky. We have this recording as a backup recording from Renketsu's point of view. So you'll see me in the room, Mario with me. We're actually both suiciding. Mario, I don't believe, did any of the casting, though, just watched.
Well, I like that we get Renketsu's point of view because we see that he's holding onto the vicious balance. Obviously, I think he probably tipped off Warmachine because he is not using that aura.
Warmachine doesn't have any aura to pick up if he wanted to, though, so it does kind of work against Renketsu here, unfortunately.
Yeah, poor timing, I guess, to get the vicious balance that early. He also doesn't have an attack to kind of push Warmachine. Well, there we go. Now we got the Key Palm. He overwrites the aura.
Yeah, that's a 3 damage Key Palm. He can put some good pressure down with that.
Put some pressure, and Warmachine is picking up aura. So he either missed that Q, or he wants to be able to get a few hits in and isn't really worried about the aura in his deck.
Doesn't lock on there.
We see a few false shots out of...
Probably should have just used the Tiger Strength, gone straight in there, and just held the Key Palm to try and see what the shield was, see if he could fake it out.
Looks like he's going to play him on the stairs.
Playing a little too scared, I think.
Auto-shooting it. Yeah, he's not really holding it, trying to get the lock on. We do see an Angel's Wing, and he is able to get it in between the gap with the Angel's Wing. Nice 3-hit damage, but Warmachine now up to 4 auras, still in an okay place.
Vicious does connect, but he has, yeah, he's got Orb on, so no big deal for Warmachine.
We saw the out of, now we know why Warmachine is probably okay with picking up aura. See the reincarnation out of Warmachine, but he doesn't have enough to retain it. Yeah. Very true. Let's see how Renketsu wants to react. He does pick up another defense. He still just has the Tiger Strength and Key Palm, though. There we see a manual out of Warmachine. Good job trying to test the defenses without possibly hitting. He does launch it there. Luckily, he only has guard. Not able to erase. Warmachine trying to get some distance. Well,
I mean, it might honestly be worth it if he can get at the right range. Just charge up the Key Palm. Either he hits for big damage or he breaks the Angel's Wing.
Alright, we do see another red. I'm assuming that might be another Key Palm on his base. Good shot out of Warmachine. Looks like he's trying to hold on to aura to maybe hit him on the Bull Rush, which is a good defense against Key Palm.
Right there was his window to charge it up after he blocked the reincarnation, and he had the Tiger Strength.
There we go. This time we see the Key Palm without the Tiger Strength. It's not able to take the Angel's Wing.
But he doesn't lose the Key Palm either. So
he doesn't either. It looks like it doesn't connect. Good angle at a Rian. It actually tosses trash damage at Renketsu. Renketsu does have a little bit of a health advantage. Or sorry, Warmachine does have the health advantage. Renketsu's got a lot of similar skills here. We'll see. He's reluctant to pick up Aura, but at this point, I mean, unless he's got an answer for Amulet or Orb, I don't see why you wouldn't.
Gets antsy on the Thor's Hammer there too. Doesn't block the Thor's Hammer.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't want to power up. You know you can't get around it unless he's got some glacial or ice or some way to get rid of the amulet or orb.
Oh, that dash does not keep him safe from the reincarnation. Warmachine.
Good idea. Unlucky with the execution.
Yeah,
getting it done with reincarnation. The great shot of the double reincarnation is just going to end it right there. And that is match 1 to Warmachine.
Yeah, what a match too. That was really good. Warmachine put a lot of pressure down and wasn't phased by the vicious balance. It was really good play by Warmachine. Impressive.
Right. For me, Renketsu, if I see that orb or amulet, unless I've got a way around it, I mean, I don't see how powering up your so you could dash multiple times would have been harmful unless you got swift blows or something in there. But that's just me. I mean, it was a good idea. I don't want to take away from it, but Warmachine had the answer for it. Getting that Orber amulet early.
We'll have to see what they choose for the next one. I can't even skip ahead with this player. Not easily, at least.
Okay, we see a good start out of Renketsu. He's got Will-O-the-Wisp, and he's got enough aura to go along with the Flash Hole. He does have Trance, so he can get a few through shields. Warmachine has a good aura start, starting with lasers. But
Nice Flash Hole.
Flash Hole right off the bat. Great move by Renketsu. Now he's pushing Warmachine off his orbs.
Ooh, there you go.
Oh!
Big Tranced Will-O-the-Wisp. Is the second one going to hit? It does.
Nice. Gets the laser sword mid-action, got the full rush.
Here comes
Now
another.
Warmachine in a tight spot.
Oh, Freya
Just
having a tough time with the Will-O-the-Wisp.
Spamming him, but yeah, Warmachine does not
There's
have
a
an answer at this point in
third
time.
one.
Still
One
tranced
more
up.
finishes this off. Does
He's
dodge
just gonna
that
sit
one.
there and spam it. Good move by Renketsu, keeping the pressure on though. Getting that early damage.
A
before
fantastic start. Warmachine not able to deal with his Will-O-the-Wisp.
Warmachine get an answer.
And there goes the last one. He tries to pick up a shield, but that is not enough. Renketsu picks up his
Nice.
first map of the tournament right there, and he's ready to have a series here.
Quick turnaround, good pressure. Really good to keep the rush on. I mean, why go and wait and burn through your deck if you know you've got a Willow and they can't answer it? Good move by Renketsu there. We'll be interested to see if Warmachine has something particular before the rush after that defeat.
Looks like we're going to be going to City next.
Okay, so Panorama banned.
Goes with the same arsenal he had last time.
I mean, it did work. It does have a lot of skills in there. I didn't quite get a look at what was in there. Oh, has
This
a
is
decent
one-
start, but he's
used this arsenal
a little bit less.
through the majority of the tournament. He has a couple of flash holes.
Good laser start. I mean, we'll see if Warmachine has.
Oh, I
three
remember
aura,
what happened here. We're going to have to skip ahead a little.
Just mash a wash.
Yeah, that one was a wash. One of the Scream of Evils connected.
And Bregan ruining the tournament one match at a time.
Here we are.
Sorry.
This is the next one.
Okay. I'm teasing. Okay, so we see kind of a similar start. Looks like she's running possibly the same
Though
deck.
many would agree with you. Oh,
Aww.
that is...
We do see the same slide laser Tiger Strength, or Trance start, sorry.
That's a 6 damage slide laser there. That was almost 9.
Yep, he barely held on. Good Psycho Spear to try to get some pressure. The Warmachine closing the distance because it doesn't look like he's got an answer for that laser. Side laser again with that Trance is pretty dangerous. The Warmachine digging, probably looking for. He's getting a little help from the signs, but I wouldn't trust those for long on this map.
We do see the reverse, so he's got an answer.
Well, to 1, but that's not really a spammable defense against slide laser in my opinion.
I think he could definitely be putting some more pressure down here. Just keeping up with the laser and keeping himself safe from the reversed ones.
Yeah, I think you need to either be digging or you need to be spamming. But waiting for it to see what he comes back with is not what I would have recommended. We'll see him go back at being aggressive. He does get through the sign.
Does get the reverse out of him.
Just can't quite get the angle. We'll see if he's trying to get a better angle here. Good angle. We see the impact burst. Good dodge. Using the lift to get it out of the way easy.
Needs to keep up that slide laser pressure. He keeps not firing.
Yeah. Got a flash hole of his own, but doesn't look like Warmachine's throwing much outside the impact burst. We do see him get plus on accuracy now, though.
Need to fire the second one faster.
Yeah, and again, this is where I would kind of possibly get rid of the Trance, maybe dig for some skills, get some aura, so you can really spam it. Warmachine showing us a good job that he's able to jump, 2 non-sequential slides. Oh, gets saved going in the air, though.
Oh my
Reverse.
goodness, that was so dangerous. You can't hide behind that
Renketsu,
sign.
very lucky he didn't eat trash damage, though. 'Cause I've seen it happen before. Warmachine has closed the gap, despite showing that the lasers weren't huge amounts of pressure. We see the tranced up Willow again. And we do have the reverse from Warmachine.
Managed to dodge both there.
Renketsu throwing him from good angles, so the reverse not likely to hit him with his own Willow. But at the same time, unless he can rapid fire those, which he doesn't have enough aura for, or manual landing, I don't see them getting through it. Does try to manual the slide laser, gets Warmachine to move, and he trances up again, tries to manual.
Ugh, that's rough. He's just at
he's
such
eating
low
a
aura
lot of
because he
damage
wasn't
from
willing
his
to dig.
trance. Yeah, and it's really coming back to hurt him now that Warmachine's got plenty of aura and all these skills.
Oh, goodness.
Big reverse, Renketsu eats a big Willow, and now Warmachine is within spitting distance of ending it. We see him chasing, probably with a short-range skill. Well, there's a reincarnation, eats a flash hole, but Warmachine's got plenty of aura, retains it. Another Rian, just sort of throwing him out, testing him out. Now we see Renketsu digging, but I think it's just a little too late, unless he can make a really good play here and come up with something. Warmachine does still have that accuracy. He's throwing out
goodness. Manages to fake out the shield, and then the second one connects. He's not able to dodge it. That'll be game 2 to Warmachine. Renketsu does pick up one match win here so far in the series, but we'll have to see if he's able to really turn this into a full-blown 5-game set, or if Warmachine closes out here on lane.
I'm seeing some interesting things with these arsenals, though. Definitely a lot of skills in them.
Yeah, they're pretty heavy.
Maybe a little too much. Unless that is an Angel's Tears. I'm not a fan of 17. I don't know about you.
Well, there's no Angel's Cheers there, but yeah, 17's always risky. I don't like to
Oh,
run
you're
17.
right. Nature's Psycho.
Yeah, I don't like to run 17 unless it has an Angel's Cheers or Mephisto's in it.
He's thinking about it.
What do you think? Who takes the next game?
I think Warmachine does. I mean, Renketsu has definitely had some really good gameplay. I mean, obviously the aggression with Willow on Highway was an amazing, really, I think, the quickest win of these games between these two players. But at the same time, I'm really concerned about deck composition and that he's not digging for particular skills, and he's kind of just waiting around. I think unless he keeps the aggression up, Warmachine can find the skills he needs and put them down. So you either need to have high pressure or you need to be actively getting something. I think the waiting around just opens yourself up. But we will see.
All right, there we go. I just decided to skip us ahead there. They were taking a really long time in the waiting room. Not sure what happened there, even though I was present for it.
No worries. We see Rockshot and blazing out of Renketsu. Like I said, if he is willing to go on the quick offensive rush, I think he's in a better spot. So we'll see if that's what he wants to do.
Looked like he was coming to take me out.
Start. I mean, who hasn't wanted to do that? We do see Crush, which I think is a really good choice for lane. You should be able to control the jump pads with him.
Gotta wine and dine me first before you take me out.
I guess, you know, somebody used Crush on you, huh?
Ooh, that blazing sword is pretty dirty. And Warmachine without a shield is in a real bad spot to keep up with that.
He does pick one up. It is a fortress. He gets a little fortunate that that's able to come out this quick.
Fortress that is fortuitous.
Yes. So he was able to get the blazing. Unfortunately,
Missing his crush opportunities here, honestly.
Renketsu couldn't get a little bit more quick damage out of that blazing. Would like to see 1 or 2 hits, but there's nothing. I mean, it was well played by Renketsu. It's just unfortunate that that skill came out.
Balls of steel there, as he doesn't even try to dodge the impact burst. He just stands still.
Yep. Although, I mean, the angle wasn't the best angle, so it all worked out. Did you see a turbulence out of Warmachine, which is pretty good. He gets a few skills out of Renketsu. Renketsu is able to use heat.
That's pretty rough.
We do see the railgun, so we know he's got some late game skills. He's got 4 attacks right now. He could definitely push the attack, but Warmachine still has that fortress, which is going to be tough to get around. Fortunately, Renketsu does have some low-cost skills if he wants to try spamming. He also has Rock Shot and Debris Bullet. He may be able to get a miss time.
Does connect with the Ice Sword.
The Ice Sword, which was an interesting choice with the Fortress, but he's able to connect. Right here, I mean, he should be pressuring, try to get a few more of the Ice Sword.
Get another Ice Sword.
And he does. And another immediate Ice Sword. I mean, I wouldn't lay off just yet. And while he's frozen, try to get in as much as you can, because that Fortress is going to be a problem once it's up.
Ooh, the blazing, the bullet there.
Good jump. He gets the bullet of fire. Warmachine kind of jumps into it there. Looks like he's trying to get space, but ends up eating a bullet of fire. He does get a good flame sword, try to get himself some space. But Renketsu able to follow along. Not a lot of health, so if he can spam some stuff. We see another heat. Still doesn't have anything that can quite break the Fortress of Iron. Looks like he's waiting on a particular skill or trying to get down. We see the acquisition. He's almost at the point where he can use his railgun. That'll allow him to get really aggressive again. We'll see if he can't pick up one more skill.
That'll break the fortress as well, once he has the railgun.
Alright, Glacial reverse. We'll see what he picks.
I think Glacial's the right call here. Try and break that fortress with the railgun, and after that, he's, you know, free hunting.
Or at the same time, if you can freeze him with Glacial, then come in for Ice Sword. You only need 2 hits there.
True.
Looks like he's trying to get angle for Debris Bullet. Starts spamming it. Still, I mean, get rid of that crush. So he's not going to be the one controlling the lift, but at the same time, not sure Warmachine has anything to really knock him off.
Well, he's got the cluster bomb now.
We see the cluster now. I mean, right here, I'd be closing the gap there. There we go.
Yeah, needs to get up there.
Oh,
catches himself in a corner.
Picks the wrong side for the exit.
He just needs to get in there and be next to him.
Oh,
the railgun does connect, and that is
big
a
shot
second
with the
map win for Renketsu. So that is going to take us to Game 5.
Big
Renketsu
damage trade there. Worked out in Renketsu's favor.
Showing up to play.
But again, I mean, although that came to late game, I think a lot of the early damage was done on the initial rush. If not the blazing, then the one right after. But a lot of these skills, I mean, when Renketsu's not digging and he's actively attacking, I think that pressure works to his advantage. Oh, and that one with 20 skills just gave me a heart murmur. Oh my. Okay. So unless they come to a draw, this should be the last match of the series. We'll see what they kind of bring. Sign is a very interesting level, depending on the spawns. It could get small real quick if you guys spawn close. Otherwise, it's pretty deceptively large map.
Looks like he's going to fall back on that same Faith optic that he's relied on so heavily throughout the rest of the series, but he's out of range right now. I'm not sure if he realizes it. Outside of 60,000, lasers stop tracking. So if you see the little counter there.
Well, Warmachine jumps back into range a few times, but yeah, I would at this point.
I mean, you can get into range from that spawn pretty easily, but he wasn't. He needed to step forward. He wasn't doing that.
We do see him dig a bit more, which is good. Warmachine off to a good start. 5 aura, he's already used heat. We know that he's got nature because of the heat. Probably a glacial wall on one of those 2 defenses. But probably an answer for the lasers. Renketsu trances again. Looks like he throws a manual, but Warmachine now in range with Sonic Boom. Jumps up. See if the Willow connects. Nope, angle's too sharp. Starts spamming another
Sonic
Willow.
Boom could hurt a lot.
Yeah, with the heat, Sonic Boom is pretty
This is about to turn into a slugfest here in this base right now.
between the Willow and some manual slides, Renketsu's got enough to deal with. Angel's Wings, nice low cost. Good job by
Does manage to
Warmachine,
block it.
keeping the angle. We see 2 lightning swords. One of them is caught by the Angel's Wing. Good block.
Neither one wants to lose this series. Renketsu putting some pressure on. Warmachine now stuck here with just the Sonic Boom. He can't get the best angles here if Renketsu stays on top of him. Without that lightning sword, he's in a pretty tough spot.
Renketsu throwing out the manual lasers. I would try to get some distance to throw those willows.
Yeah, now he's too
you've
far,
got the
though.
distance for the lasers.
Yeah,
Just a difference of opinion. I would
we
have
saw
switched
Warmachine struggle with a Trance Willow before, and I think if he tunneled on that a little bit harder, he had him in the open ground.
Yeah, Warmachine did a good job of trying to keep close, but at the same time, if he's trying to keep close, you could build enough distance to try to, especially if you had gotten up one more aura to kind of make that spammable. I don't know if I would have picked up that trance before picking up that aura, but now I'm just nitpicking because we can see your skills. Sorry, Renketsu. These are our kind of subjective opinions too, granted. Warmachine, though, still in great shape aura-wise. I'm not sure if he's picked up another attack or if we still see the Sonic
We do
Boom.
hear the Glacial Wall out of Warmachine, so he needs to trance up in order to break that, or otherwise he's going to have a real tough time even when he gets in the melee with the Willow. If you could break it from long range, that's ideal, because then you just drop back down, you're out of range. Oh boy.
Does eat the Sonic Boom, trances himself. A bit of a tough spot. Those bullet fires are going to keep him out of the air. Kind of pinned down right now. See if he can't get an angle to try to get some lasers off behind the barrier. Next, launching Willow. Warmachine's going to be just a little too far for Willow.
Warmachine's just getting chip damage all the way.
Hey, it doesn't matter if we win by an inch or a mile, right? We see good bullet of fire, good angle by Warmachine. He's able to cut the defensive foes. Good Angel's Wing. Warmachine lands in a nice spot. Sonic Boom's going to be hard to hide around that pillar if he crushes manually those. We do see the Willows out of Renketsu, but he's down to 10 health. So it's not going to be as easy to constantly trance up. But at the same time, you don't necessarily want to get rid of trance. Especially since I think we do still have the Glacial out of Warmachine, even though he's not really throwing it.
Decides to drop his Willow, now has the Reincarnation. Might be a little bit more effective here. Although Warmachine is playing Freya, and we've seen him jump Reincarnations before.
Yep, and we're not going to see the Willow Reincarnation now if there's no Willow. See Renketsu trance up again. Try to get those lasers going, but still just out of range. Tries to close the gap, getting closer.
Yeah, he's just inches out of range.
Just out of range. Yeah. In range now, but now he doesn't have the angle. He was about to in a second.
Flash roll would be good, but it's a shame he didn't have it earlier. Played a little bit too.
There's the Glacial. He catches the Glacial.
Another Flame Sword coming out. That one hits. That's 5 damage.
Now he's +2. Yeah, that's only going to take one more. And Warmachine's going to
does finally get down his first bit of damage. Dodges the Flame Sword. Dodges the second.
Dodge.
And a third. Renketsu might be able to make the comeback if he can keep this dodging going.
Good jump dodges. We'll see if... Oh, I don't know. Yeah, going for the manual. He's still got the Glacial he can't quite break.
That Flame Sword was a missed opportunity right there. Dodges the 4th one, but the 5th one connects. And that is Game 5 to Warmachine. Renketsu putting up quite the fight here and giving us a good series. But Warmachine does close it out. 5 games, 3-2.
Good consecutive sword dodges, though. I want to give him credit for that. Looks like he didn't have a shield at that time that could really deal with that. And couldn't quite get the angle to stop with the Bull Rush, throw on the Reincarnations. But all in all, very good match. So I think every single time the person with the early aggression is the one who generally took those matches, I feel.
Yeah. It's a fantastic series. That'll be the last one from the group stage, even though it's a little backlogged. You should also be tuning in to our first quarterfinal matchup, which will be uploaded later tonight as well. Thanks for watching, guys.
All right. Later.